Hey, Wilson here. And I've got Louise's meal plan for last week. Great work, Louise. I'm liking the notes. I'm liking that you're ticking off each day. It's a nice way of monitoring your you're keeping on track, and making those notes where you do go off. And what I also love is that when you ate, so you went out for lunch and you still stuck to your PVF. You stick it to your PVFs and your PVCs each day, which is what we want to see. What do we have here? We had a PVC and a PVC and a PVF here. So we should be having two PVFs and PVCs. So it's only Saturday that we had two PVCs. That's okay. But hey, you know what? Maybe that. Take a look at this. So you told me that on, let's see, Thursday. So on Thursday you were feeling great, everything was okay. But on Friday, you were feeling hungry in the afternoon and you were tired in the morning. So let's go back to your meal plan. That was on the Friday you were feeling like this, and now looking at your meals on Friday is looking pretty good. Real nice meals. Everything's all kosher. But let's go back to Thursday. On the evening time, um, where's the protein coming from in your evening meal? Okay, so it's a PVF, but in the actual recipe itself, you probably, for example, if you were feeling tired and hungry the day after, let's look at increasing that protein on the third. In this case, the Thursday's evening meal. Increasing that protein, because that's not a lot of protein there. To see if that makes the impact on the Friday, when we were feeling tired in the morning and hungry in the afternoon. Okay, but hey, you still stuck to the plan. You followed along, so you're not going to go off track here. But to manage the hunger and energy cravings. So on Friday we were feeling hungry in the afternoon and tired in the morning. What we can look at doing is, I'm looking at Thursday and thinking not a lot of protein in the evening, and that's probably related to the feeling the hunger in the Friday. And then come Saturday, when we're letting our hair down, etc., maybe, you know what, this is when we then fell, or where am I looking at now? And this is when we were probably craving more of the carbohydrates. So we had two PVC meals. Yeah. So that's a likely cause. If we had a bad day here on Friday where we were feeling tired and starting to crave, maybe that was related to having the two PVCs on the Saturday instead of the two PVFs and the one PVC. So hey, not to worry, because looking at it is looking very, very good. And as you know, you're seeing some wonderful body shaping changes right now. So what we're doing is going in the direction. But here's what I'd like to see on your next meal plan is include your heck on here. So we've got it in one place. No biggie, but let's include it on the days on here if we can. But also include your weight. So include your weight loss on there for the week. Okay, so if you could tell me what the weight loss for the week is, or what the inches are for the week is, then we will know if we need to make some tweaks. It might be that we need to have a bigger serving of carbohydrates, start including more carbohydrates. It might be that we need to cut back on some carbohydrates. Okay. I love what you've done as well with the naked bars. If we do get these cravings, a naked bar is a great option. I'd rather you have that than a Mars bar. But hey, if the second thing I need to know now is, are we hitting a weight loss roadblock? And if we are, I might take away those naked bars just to get it going again. Okay, but look at increasing your protein and your fiber in each of the meals, the breakfast, lunch, and dinners, to prevent those cravings from happening. So if you find that you're relying on the naked bars, which I love, I would do that too, to prevent those cravings, then what we could do is start including a little bit more flaxseed in our breakfast smoothies, and a little bit more protein, maybe some whey, maybe some boiled eggs. Get some mackerel and oily fish in there, because that could be, hey, mackerel. So that's your protein and your fats, some good fats in there. And a nice serving of watercress. Now, watercress is rich in something called indole-3 carbanols. Now, if you want to get rid of like thigh, bum, hip fat, ladies tend to do, the indole-3 carbanols bind to estrogen, which is likely to build up fat on the thigh area, the bum and hip region. So a big serving of watercress with some mackerel would be a perfect PVF breakfast for the mornings. I would try that next week, or some salmon or something like this. But yeah, looking very, very good. Very impressed. Keeping hydrated. You're ticking off and sticking, 100% to your meal plan. We only deviated on the Saturday when we ate out, and you still had a PVF on there as well, which which is perfect. So yes, dude, keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a fantastic job. For the action plan for the next meal plan is to get your weight loss for the week in there. Just jot it down so I can see it. If there was weight loss, if there wasn't, or if there's weight gain, let me know as well. And also any fat loss. So fat loss would be inches. FL would stand for fat loss, and that would be inches. How many inches have you lost this week? Okay, so that's what we really want to see is the fat loss. And then of course, keep taking those photos, because the photos are every 28 days are your biggest feedback in terms of actually seeing those changes, the inches, the weight, the photographs, and of course your HEC. Keep monitoring your HEC. Hey, one last thing on your HEC. What I want you to do with it is give me a number. Okay, so your hunger, energy, and cravings, give me a number between 1 and 10. 1 being good, 10 being bad, and we want to get an average each day on each HEC, 1 to 5. If we go over 5, so 5 to 10, excuse me, would be bad, and that's where we need to make these tweaks, these adjustments to and make these improvements, so we are ensuring that the results that we're achieving are going to be sustainable for the long term. So yeah, write down a number. There's 3 numbers that I want added onto your meal plan here, and they are hunger, energy, and cravings on a scale of 1 to 10. Brilliant, dude. Keep up the great work.